Hello everybody, welcome back to the Sword and Shield video here today. I am talking about one of my favorite mods to come out of the game, and I've really, especially this week, this past week, really been falling in love with this mod because I'm Team Shield, so you can't find this guy in Shield. You can only find him in Sword. I did an Ice Cube video, I want to do a video on Stonjourner now, and why I think he could be a decent mod. If you are loving this type of content, hit that like button down below. Show me you love it. You want to see more. Talk to me. Who do you want to see next in a video style like these? I've done Grimstar, Rillaboom, Ice Cube, stuff like that. I got a lot more coming as well too. But let me know. I wanted to do Stonjourner in this video because they're Ice Cube. They're literally polar opposites. Like, because they're version exclusive polar opposites. So they're like those two specifically. So it's like in their own way, shape, and form. But check it out. You have Stonjourner. I think this guy's interesting. Now, here's the thing that disappoints me. If they would have taken like at least either a little bit out in attack or defense or even speed and put it into Spadef, this mod could be a lot better. But him being like just no defense, pure rock, no Spadef defense at all. Pure rock, that's going to hurt him a lot because water types are very common. And especially with Gyarados running around, this guy is just, I don't know, Doc. I don't know, man. I truthfully, I don't know. You could run a Passion Berry on this guy, but I don't know if weakness berries are out yet. Like, Showdown says it, but if they are, guys, let me know. Because I think people are like, oh, lol, dude. You made that Grimsnarl video. Your choice band set as a prankster. Why does it not have Pickpocket? I didn't know it was out. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was out. Check it out, though. So, I don't know if the weakness berries are out, so someone let me know if they're actually out or released in the game or whatever it is. Like, if you can find them or not, let me know, because I haven't really found any. But we got this, what is it? This Stonjourner weakness policy set. I like this set. I think he's a solid weakness policy user. You just take a Seismitude, like Waterfall. Besides, what usually runs Skull, but you could, for whatever reason, take any weakness move, at least one. This guy's got a lot of HP to where, depending from who, you'll be able to at least take one hit and get off the weakness policy, and you can rock polish on that. Because for whatever reason, this guy actually has solid speed stat. 70 isn't the world's greatest thing, but a mod like this, having base 70 speed, is actually not that bad. It doesn't look like it moves at 70 speed. My boy is running. This nigga is running. He's actually running. So he doesn't look like he has base 70 speed at all. Newsflash, he does. So he's outpacing almost every wall in his video game. I think some of the few walls he doesn't outpace is like, what? Let's look at it right now. He doesn't outpace Word on Watch. It's 85 or 86. 86. Seismitoad is like 74. He's not outpacing that. A bunch of tanky things that I could think of. Mandibuzz, base 80. He's not speeding stuff like that. But if you're running max speed, he will. So he's generally outspeeding, like even Clefable being base 60 for a wall is not that bad, but he's generally outspeeding a lot of mons. So, or a lot of walls, sorry. So get a rock polish off when you potentially be able to take a weakness policy, you know, preferably on the physical side of things, preferably on that, like for whatever reason. I don't know, dude. I'm trying to think of some examples right now. I could just go around and look at the ladder, take a max knuckle from a Howlucha or whatever it is, or like just a fighting move from Howlucha, potentially take like an Iron Head from an Excadrill, because you can take that, you know, set up your weakness policy. You know, it's depending on how you take it from, because obviously you don't want to stay on if you went against a Pelipper and in the rain take us. You're gonna die. You're gonna literally die. So, you know, it very dependent on who you actually take a hit from. But as a sweeper, I don't know, Doug. It could be interesting. As a sweeper, I'm like, all right, dude, base 70, I want to build a sweeper set. First one, I want to build a super set. So I got EQ, Heat Crash, Rock Polish, and Stone Edge. For those of you that don't know what Heat Crash does, it does more damage the more you outweigh the opponent. So more heavy the heavier, more power the heavier the user is to the target. This guy's actually really heavy, as you can see right here. For whatever reason, Bold Peter does not have his image here. He's 1,100 pounds. He's 1,100 pounds and he's 8'2". Don't mess with him. So I was like, all right, one of the first things that came to my mind is a very notable wall right now that's commonly ran everywhere is Ferrothorn. So that's ×4 on Ferrothorn. That's gonna hurt because this dude's like what? Like almost 6 times heavier than Ferrothorn? Because Ferrothorn is like 242. So that's like almost 6 times, right? Because to be 1,200 peak, it would be like almost 6 times, a little bit like close to that, right? And this dude is like 1,100, almost 1,200. So this dude is 242. So do the math. It's like 5 times guaranteed heavier than this thing. So that's gonna hurt. ×4, it's gonna hurt. Obviously, in rain team, it's gonna be obnoxious because your fire moves are reduced, but that's gonna hurt. The dude's heavy. You have obviously Stone Edge for your stab, of course. It's gonna be hurting a truck on Mandibuzz. Clefable, Gyarados. That's gonna be hurting Gyarados, even if the Gyarados intimidates you. Like, dog, that's gonna be hurting. It's still gonna hurt. Dog. You could be at neutral, or you could be at neutral. That would still hurt a Gyarados, but because this guy has insane high attack stats, you could be at neutral and still hurt a Gyarados. But if he has intimidate, you get -1 rather than plus. You get -1, so you'd be at +1 rather than +2. But that's still gonna hurt. So be on the lookout for that. I like this set a lot. It's fun. It's a fun set. It's a crazy fun set. You know, I've only had it work on me twice because it really does depend on who you actually get the move off on. For Rock Ball's weakness policy, like obviously you're not gonna want to stay in on things like a Seismitoad if they're running like if it clicks EQ or Ice Punch or not Ice Punch, sorry. If it clicks like EQ, I don't know if it like gets liquidation or whatever stuff like that. Usually physical moves you're gonna be able to take. You get the gist of it. Physical moves that you're weak to, you generally want to take. Potentially a Leaf Blade from a Surf Fetch, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Fighting moves generally, stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that. Potentially take a Darmanitan superpower or EQ and just set up, dog. Just set up. But Darmanitans are usually going to be sending ISO Crash because that actually doesn't have a switch in. It does not. The next set here is an interesting set here. It's a curse set. This guy gets cursed. So if you don't know that, boosts your attack and defense by 1 by also lowering your speed. So it's going to unfortunately suck because he actually has a pretty decent speed stat for a mon that looks like this. Like, in comparison to what he looks like is what I'm saying for it. Because 70 is not that great, but for a mon that looks like this with these stats, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad, but he gets a +1 in both attack and defense. So I figured you can run Body Press because Body Press is incredibly high, but Body Press is only really good. It uses the defense instead of the attack, but he has higher attack than defense, right? But if you want to run Body Press, you could, because obviously he has higher attack than defense, so running any other fighting move would probably do more damage because attack stat is higher. But you look at the fighting moves he learns, guys. Look at the fighting move he learns. He learns Superpower. That's literally defeating the purpose of Curse. Like, you're lowering yourself. And that's really about it. It's Superpower or Body Press. So that's why I was like, if you want to run a fighting move, you can run Body Press. I generally recommend Heat Crash, though. I think Heat Crash is better for this because that way you're able to take on things like Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn, now that I even speak about it too, really good mon to even potentially set up that Rock Polish on because it can go for like Gyro Ball since you're relatively, faster than a Ferrothorn. It can go for Power Up and you're taking both those hits. Like, it's not one-shotting you. You're taking both those hits. So you get a Weakness Policy off, Rock Polish off, get that Heat Crash off, you're me. Even Dynamax up and get that Max Flare off, you're me. That'd be crazy, dog. That would be interesting. I love this guy, I do. But I do recommend Heat Crash over Body Press. If you want to run Body Press, I'm not going to stop you. But, like, you got to look at the things you want to run Body Press on. I only had Body Press because I was showcasing that off. Like, if you want to run it, you can. But this was the initial set that I had. You can run Body Press with things like Tyranitar, Excadrill, many things like that. Like, things that are weak to fighting. But, I don't know. Fighting is really in a weird spot right now because Gyarados resists fighting. Dragapult is immune to it. Darmanitan literally ignores everything in the game. So a bunch of fighting types are really not that optimal right now. Like, I think the most optimal one, correct me if I'm wrong, is Hawlucha. And even then, you'd have to put in a terrain or something like that, dude. Like in Keldor, he's not being used as much as I thought that he would be too because they give the boy defog. So I don't know. There are things out there, like, there are things out there, bro. There are things out there. Max Knuckle's a decent move, though. So don't sleep on fighting types. But you can run Heat Crash, like I said, for Ferrothorn. I generally recommend running Heat Crash on almost every set. As you can see, every set has Heat Crash because Ferrothorn is going to be something that could potentially come in on this guy because Earthquake is not stab. It's not. So, I don't know, dude. And it resists your Stone Edge. So I generally recommend running Heat Crash on every set for this guy. But this curse set could be fun. Also, his ability is really clean. Like, I feel like it's going to be good. This guy's going to be more used in doubles than he is going to be in singles format. Like in VGC, he'll be pretty solid because his ability is nice. It gives your allies the base power of their moves. It's multiplied by 1.3, dog. So it multiplies your allies' base power of their moves by 1.3, dog. Dog. Imagine if Medicham was in this game. Oh my God. Or Azumarill. Oh, rip Azumarill. I miss you, King. I miss you so much. I need pure power, man. Imagine if Megas were in this game. Mega Cham on a doubles team with this guy? Bruh. Mega Ray on a double team with this guy? Bruh. Like, that ability is clean. Power Spot, the ability is clean, dude. It's not really that optimal in singles. So it's a little I wish you got another ability to be a little bit more optimal in singles. But hate to see it. You really do. Or maybe if it worked in singles, like, just running this guy on the same team would also boost your allies. Just the fact that it's in the slot of the team, but that would be crazy. We're not going to talk about that. Next set here, I got a pretty crazy set here. It's a suicide rocker set here. Most of his stats, unfortunately, like if his Spadef was better, bro, this about to be a little scary. He'd be a little scarier. He would be. He definitely would be. Don't sleep on Stonjourner. He hits like a truck and he's tanking physical moves, but he's pure rock, unfortunately. Not the best defensive typing because he's weak to things like steel, like ground, like fighting, like water, grass. He's weak to way too many things, so as a defensive mon, not the best, but he's got that defense, he's got that also natural tank coupled with that 100 HP. So it's just the Spadef is gonna hurt, you know? Like I feel like if they swapped the Spadef with speed, I wouldn't even be mad because then you'd be seeing me run Assault Vest on these sets. I think he might actually be the worst Assault Vest user we've ever seen because I wanted to run Assault Vest on this guy because 100 HP and not that good Spadef, but then I looked because on Showdown I'm like, oh, it's not that good. And then I looked and I was like, bruh. But this is kind of a suicidal, like, Stonjourner set here. It's rocks 3 attack. So I figured a 3 attack rock set would not be that bad on this guy. Get your rocks up and then proceed to just do damage, suicide with this guy, use this guy as, like, just a tool and just, you know, punch damage into things because he's going to be doing a lot of damage, like I said. Base 125 attack is insanely high. So many mons are so viable in this game. Base 125 attack is crazy high. That is the same attack set as Rillaboom. That's crazy, dude. Crazy. I feel like if he got solid rock as another ability, that'd be amazing, dude. That'd probably help out with all the weaknesses he gets because he doesn't have as much as Rhyperior. He's not as quad weak to things as Rhyperior because Rhyperior is with ground and rock. But look, he not bad. Don't sleep on the kid. He got Agua Berry just in case he can get lower down, get that berry up. You could run lefties if you want to. You really could, like I said again, run lefties if you want to, but Agua is just really good if you want to, you know, catch some rolls on some moves or whatever it is. Not that bad. But generally, you want to be running Stone Edge in almost every set too because obviously it's his best source of stab. You could Dynamax with this guy. Like, Dynamaxing makes so many mons good because then you're going to guarantee Lens Stone Edge. The power is going to be insane. You're going to guaranteed a lot of damage off of Heat Crash. You get the sun up, you know. I think this becomes max guard. I've never tried. I don't think Dynamax mons can self-destruct. So I think that ends up, these two just end up becoming max guard. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know Stealth Rock. Self-destruct, I don't know, because I've never used self-destruct for a Dynamax mon, so I'm pretty sure it just becomes, whatchamacallit. It just becomes that. If you want to run, I have Heat Crash on it, but if you want to run, like, different things, you want to run Earthquake for whatever reason, go off. And but you can just Stone Edge the Toxapex, but if you want to run Earthquake, go off. You want to run Heavy Slam for things like Clefable, go off. I don't necessarily think you need to run Heavy Slam because of all the water types running around, like Toxapex, Rotom Wash, Gyarados, you know? You don't necessarily need to run Heavy Slam. I think Stone Edge and Heat Crash are almost always like a need on this guy because his move pool is very linear. As you can see, he doesn't really learn that many moves. This guy gets Wide Guard though. It's interesting, but Dynamax can just kind of pop through that. It's interesting though. But all defense is default defense swapped. That's crazy, dude, because that means that he could be especially defensive tank. That'd be crazy, dog. I don't know, dog. In VGC, I feel like this guy will be pretty interesting in VGC. But like I said, he doesn't have the world's most best coverage when it comes to moves. But I feel like it's enough because he has Stab, Stone Edge, his EQ, and his Heat Crash. You really don't like what more would I don't know. I feel like it's enough, but more I wouldn't complain either. I would not. But yeah, pretty solid set. I like it. I've actually been using this one a lot. It's pretty fun. And last but not least, obviously, of course, I think he's a pretty solid choice band set. I think he's a pretty good solid choice band user because he's so tanky. This guy's he's literally guaranteed to take a hit, guys. This guy is, on the physical side, he's guaranteed to take a hit always, dog. Even from Darm, he's guaranteed able to take a hit. This guy is fat. This guy is fat, dude. He takes hits. Even people from Dynamax moves, he takes hits, dude. This guy's crazy. But this is my choice band set. You know, we could change this set around. I'm gonna give you guys some opportunities on what you can run with this set. I like this the most because it makes him extremely tanky. You have Stone Edge, Heat Crash, Earthquake, and Self-Destruct. I just like Self-Destruct. Banded Self-Destruct is gonna be doing a lot of damage. I just like that. It's gonna be guaranteed doing a lot of damage, if not knocking things out. Like Mandibuzz, like Clefable, Toxapex, Rotom Wash. This thing could even be doing a lot of damage to Ferrothorn. We're gonna look it up right now. I'm just curious, guys. So looking up on a calculator here. You got Stonjourner. I'm just doing this wrong because I could have just done only show imported sets, and then Stonjourner is right here. And you got, let's look up at a Ferrothorn. You do OU hazard setter. Let's do this, right? And you see self-destruct is doing like 45. It's def. I think it's like a guaranteed 3 KO. It's like but doing 45 is pretty crazy. He crashed guaranteed, knocks it out. Earthquake is out here doing the same thing, so you don't necessarily need to self-destruct on that. Mainly for things like Mandibuzz, if you don't want to, you know, get your fucking Stone Edge off or whatever. Stone Edge is guaranteed killing that thing. Self-destruct is not though, so just don't. You have things like Clefable. So like I said, Stone Edge, pretty good damage on that. Guaranteed 2 shots. Self-destruct, just if you put up rocks, guaranteed take kill after leftovers recover. So that's what Magic Guard. If we were to take off Magic Guard and give it like a different ability here and save it with rocks, you actually have a chance to OHKO it after rocks. So that's pretty interesting. But generally, like, I just like the move self-destruct. I just do. This is a personal bias of mine, guys, because you can see someone just out here doing a lot of damage. EQ is pretty optimal on this guy, too, for Toxic X. Just 2 shots to the thing. Stone Edge, though, Toxic X is just too fat. It's obnoxious. I hate rolls like these, 45 to 54, because it just comes down to a roll if you're 2-shotting it or not. It really does. Like, if you get that first 50 roll, it's not guaranteed to knock it out. You can get 45. Or you get that first 54 roll, dog, it's a different breed, bro. Hey, you get that for 54, you a different monster. You really are. But like I said again, guys, EQ self-destruct, he crashed Stone Edge. That last move, you could just honestly run whatever you want. You could. If this guy got Trick, I love that. You can run Superpower, I guess, if you want to run that too. I don't know, dog. Like, I guess it'd be clean if this guy got like, what is it, Darkest Lariat. That way you could just be able to shred a freaking Dragapult. But when you look at Dragapult, it doesn't necessarily matter because Dragapult doesn't like switching in on this guy either. Whoops, I didn't type in Dragapult. Dragapult really does not like switching in on this guy because look at that, just 1-shots. That guy does damage, bro. That guy does damage. But unfortunately, he dies to Draco. He dies to Shadow Ball. He lives, Fireballs can resist. He even has a chance of dying to Thunderbolt. That Spadef is gonna be the death of him, dude. It's gonna be the death of him, guys. But I love this mon. It's like, could potentially be top 10 favorite mons, guaranteed top 15 favorite mons that I like. You let me know what you want to see next, though, guys. Hit that like button down below. Scoop up the merch. The link is on screen. Use code BRUH420 for 20% off from now up until December 4th when the merch ends. So from now up until the merch ends, you get 20% off all the merchandise on the merch shop. Definitely scoop it up, guys. Now's the time to get it. Let me know what you want to see next, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one.